If you think tax audits only lead to fines or penalties, think again. Every year, the IRS refers thousands of cases for criminal tax investigation and prosecution. Some of these cases start as routine audits and end with handcuffs. If you've received a letter, a summons, or even just phone call from an IRS agent, you may already be on the radar. This video could be the most important warning you'll ever hear. Hi, my name's David W. Klasing. I'm a duly licensed tax attorney and CPA. For more than 25 years, my team and I have been defending clients facing IRS straight civil audits and criminal tax investigations and high-risk eggshell audits nationwide. In the history of our firm, we have never had an IRS tax audit client prosecuted for tax crimes that we represented. That's not a slogan. It's the result of early, strategic legal intervention. Most people don't realize that the IRS has its own criminal investigation division, the IRS Criminal Investigation Unit, or CI. Once CI gets involved, you're no longer dealing with civil tax examiners. You're dealing with the federal law enforcement agents that handle tax crimes. Their job is to build cases for criminal tax prosecutions, not to help you work things out. They're after the deterrent effect. That's why timing and silence are everything. What you say, or even the documentation you hand over, can be used against you later. Here's how things usually progress if they go criminally. An auditor notices badges of fraud like unreported income, false deductions, unreported offshore accounts with unreported taxable income offshore, altered for or forged checks, backdated records. The auditor can potentially refer the file internally to the Criminal Investigation Division. From there, the IRS quietly opens a parallel criminal case without telling you or your representative. They gather data from banks, employers, social media, employees, business associates, whistleblowers, and especially your accountant. Then once the case is fully developed, you get a knock on the door, a special agent visit, or you're going out to your car in the morning half asleep. If that ever happens, it means the government already believes you committed a tax crime. What triggers criminal investigations for tax crimes? The most common triggers include underreported income repeatedly, using false deductions or inflating expenses, paying employees off the books, structuring cash deposits to avoid Form 8300 filing requirements, failing to file multiple years of tax returns and taking actions to hide that noncompliance. Even small errors can look intentional if the pattern repeats. Once CI believes you acted willfully, your case moves from a simple civil tax problem to a criminal tax case and potential prosecution and incarceration. When we take on a criminal tax case, our first step is to control the flow of information. We immediately take over all communication with the IRS. We take point on any continuing contact attempts from IRS agents. We start an internal review of your tax filings and accounting. We will engage in a forensic reconstruction where we analyze income, expenses, and transactions, seeking to identify where exposure exists and how to correct it. We are most effective when we intervene at the earliest possible stage, often way before formal charges are filed. We attempt to negotiate resolution of your case without criminal tax prosecution where possible. This proactive defense, built on experience and credibility, has successfully kept the vast majority of our clients out of prison. To date, we've had 2 clients incarcerated in our entire career, and both of them were facing completed criminal tax investigations before they hired us. Listen, attorney-client privilege is key here. Accountants and preparers cannot keep your secrets. If the IRS investigates them, everything you said, every email, every worksheet will become evidence against you. Only an attorney can extend legal privilege to both you and the team of CPAs that you're utilized to defend you. Most of those are our direct employ. That privilege allows your defense team to investigate and strategize without fear of the very communications and resulting work product used for that purpose becoming exposed and becoming evidence against you. This one fact can literally be the difference between building a successful defense and inadvertently assisting the IRS in building a criminal tax case against you. The worst mistakes I see are talking to IRS special agents without counsel present, forging or backdating records, hiring your accountant to contact the IRS directly, or flat out ignoring the IRS, burying your head in the sand and hoping things will just go away. All of those choices make the situation worse. If the IRS is looking for intent, taking these type of actions helps to prove it. IRS criminal cases move slowly. They often take 12 to 24 months from referral to CI from an auditor to a finished criminal tax investigation and a resulting recommendation for criminal tax prosecution. During that time, criminal investigation agents build evidence quietly. You won't know what's coming until the criminal tax investigation is mostly complete. Listen, that's why early intervention matters. Once an indictment is filed, options disappear. And the best defense after an indictment often just centers around damage control. Listen, here's you should consider hiring our firm. We're not accountants pretending to be lawyers. We are dual licensed tax attorneys and CPAs out front. Our firm combines competent legal authority with CPA accuracy and attention to detail, which lets us dismantle criminal tax cases before they reach a courtroom. In audits, where we're most effective, we've successfully defended clients that were accused of tax evasion, structuring, payroll fraud, and foreign account violations, without a single one ever being convicted of tax crimes. In the history of our firm, we have never had an IRS tax audit client prosecuted for tax crimes that we have represented. We have represented clients in full-on IRS criminal tax investigations conducted by the IRS Criminal Investigation Division and kept them out of jail, which is amazing given CI's 90% conviction rate. If you've been contacted by the IRS Criminal Investigation Division or you even suspect you're being watched, call us before you speak to them. Your first move can determine whether things end quietly as a civil tax issue or result in a criminal tax conviction. At the tax law offices of David W. Klasing, we know how to protect you because we've done it successfully time and time again. I'm David W. Klasing, and thank you so much for watching this. And call me. I'll get you sleeping again at night.